I know, chasing that dough, hitting that road, getting that money, man. All I know, loading that foe, kicking down doors, getting that money, man. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it Grizzly. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it Grizzly.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Hearn is ready to make Wilder versus Chisora. Eddie Hearn, during his interview with TalkSport, was asked about making a fight with Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora, and here's what he had to say.
Coming in. You surprised by some of the reaction to your comments about a potential fight between Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, I mean, what I said in that fight, I said that if Derek gets past 4 or 5 rounds in that fight, I believe he can win that fight. I just don't think Wilder can outlast him in terms of his energy. He could get chinned on the way in, of course, because we know Wilder punches like a mule. But Derek Chisora is not regressing as a fighter. People keep saying, "Yeah, I need to walk away from the sport now." It's very difficult when you're looking better than ever in the gym, when you're putting in good performances. Do you know what I mean? To actually, what I'd like to see Derek do is actually have a fight where he's a 50-50 in, right? Luis Ortiz, tough fight, but didn't look great the other week. Chris Arreola, Adam Konecki. These are great Saturday night fight nights for Derek Chisora, and we'll see. We're continuing those talks at the moment. He wants to continue fighting, and whilst he does, and he's fit and healthy to do so, I would still love to have him on the shows.
I spoke to Derek the other day, and he said, as you know.
All right, so you heard it from Eddie Hearn. He's saying that he'd like to see Chisora fight Wilder, and he thinks that if he can get past 4 rounds, he has a good chance of beating Deontay Wilder. I still believe, resident Wilder fan, although it's a new G, and maybe he switched. But that's why it's new G, new fighters for G. So, G, what's your reaction to Eddie Hearn saying he wants to make Wilder Chisora?
Well, I actually like the fight. However, Eddie, you going to hell, and this is why. Man, Chisora got to hang it up. I honestly believe he has to hang it up. But nonetheless, he makes a good argument. Like, Chisora, if he can last the first couple of rounds, who knows? It's intriguing. I still think Wilder's going to knock him out. But, if Chisora could stay close to him like he usually does, that's going to be difficult for Wilder to get him at range. So it's an intriguing fight. So, hey, I would love to see it. I would pay to see it. You know what I mean? Thank goodness it's going to be on the zone, so I don't have to pay per se. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I actually like it. But I just feel like, man, what you trying to do, man? You trying to bury your man? Like, I just don't get it, man. It seems like Eddie's just gonna keep giving this guy opportunity. Just I don't want to talk negative, man. New year, new G. But man, listen.
Is this a resolution? I don't know. Is this a resolution, G?
Yo, man, listen, man. I'm all about positivity. Oh, Chisora, if you want to take that fight, please actually train this time. Like I don't.
Yo, my man says I'm all about positivity, and 2 seconds later, this goes on.
Hey, I'm telling you, this is sound advice. This is constructive criticism. Hopefully, Chisora be training like that. Like his endurance is horrible. Like it really is horrible. So I kind of feel like if Chisora's gonna take this fight, he has to really be serious. Like when Chisora fought Joseph Parker, I thought his endurance was horrible too, but he's fighting his friend, and his friend didn't want to kill him, so congratulations. But with Wilder, I don't think Wilder's going to have that type of kind heart that Joseph Parker had. I think Wilder's definitely going to try to take his head off. So, and even if he does survive the Wilder fight, he's going to take a lot of punishment anyways. So if you're going to take this fight, take it serious, do that yard work, you know what I mean? Like just get good sparring partners, just take it serious, man. Get a nutritionist. I just want to see the best Chisora. I don't want to see like a broken down Chisora that just showed up for a paycheck. Please, if you're going to do this fight, make it one of those like historic events where you could possibly win. I don't see it, but if you win, I'll be shocked, and that'll be great for me because I'm at least entertained. You know what I mean? So, and for 2022, I no longer like just pick fighters, right? I'm at like, yo, man, all of these guys disappoint me at some point. I'm just gonna embrace the sport. If Wilder loses, he loses. You know what I'm saying? AJ loses, he loses. I don't even care no more. It's like, it is what it is. But I just want to see the best performance. You know what I mean? So Chisora, please, man, I'm begging you. Like, take this serious, man. No more of that eating biscuits and crimpets or whatever you gotta be eating over there, fish and chips. Man, you better eat a salad. You know what I'm saying? With steak. You know what I mean? If you're gonna fight Wilder, bro.
All right, G. Positive G. On the Trill the
Yeah, G, I'm with you on a lot of those things, man. Look, what do I know? What do I know? You know, I'm just giving my unbiased opinion on the greatest sport ever, which is boxing. That's what I'm doing. What do I know? I can suggest some things, but at the end of the day, it's really up to the fighter, right? It's up to the fighter and what they want to do. If Chisora wants to keep on fighting, let him fight. I think that the fight is entertaining. I would love to see that fight. I think it would be entertaining. And some of the other names that Eddie mentioned too, I think they'll be entertaining as well. But I do feel what you were saying, G, because I was like, I think enough's enough. But who am I to say enough's enough? That's at the end of the day, that's up to Derek, right? And we know Eddie is gonna keep on giving him fights until he gets knocked out, right? For real, Eddie's gonna keep on getting him fights until he gets knocked out. So as long as he can stand on his own 2 feet at the end of the bell, he's gonna keep on getting him fights. You know what I'm saying? As long as he can stand up at the end of the fight.
What was it you said about Chisora, Trill? You said he make losing look good.
He make losing look good. As long as he can look good losing, he's gonna get another fight. Eddie gonna give him another fight until he get knocked out. That's how I see it, you know. But hey, that's how I see it. Chisora, go. It's up to you at the end of the day, my brother.
All right, TBE.
Yeah, I feel with G, like Eddie's trying to get his mans packed up, but you know, there's a couple good fights. I see Chisora, and I can see Chisora fighting what's his name, Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois, all the low tier heavyweights. I've seen him going against Michael Hunter.
Watch your mouth.
He said, "You're trying to get a
Don't
body."
call my man Joyce a low tier heavyweight.
Yo, Mitchell.
He just said, "Yo, Eddie's trying to get his mans."
He just let it slide and kept going.
There's a lot of guys out here. I feel like Chisora could teach him a lesson or two. But you know, Chisora, yeah, the writing's on the wall for you, my guy. And, you know, if you want to go out on your shield, yeah, I don't think right here for Wilder, if it lands like he throws it, I think Chisora will never be the same after this. But do what you gotta do, man. I like to see my guy. Like, if this is what you want, this is a goal you want to accomplish, Chisora, go ahead and do it. Who am I to stop you?
Yeah, so Chisora got dropped like 3 times by Joseph Parker. And for your troubles, you want to throw him in there with Wilder next. And I think like the telling story is if he gets past 4 rounds, I think he can win. Do you understand what you're saying? If he gets past 4, like, do you know what happens if he doesn't get past 4? Rewind those tapes. I think the thing is they're calling for Wilder-Chisora because he's coming off of the trilogy with Fury, and he took a lot of punishment in the second fight and the third fight. A lot of people think there's a blueprint out there to beat Deontay Wilder, and I think Wilder's going to have to immediately dead that. He lost to Fury, so there is a blueprint. However, it doesn't mean that everyone can implement that blueprint. It doesn't mean that everyone's going to be able to do what Fury did. And remember, Fury had to get up to do it. And everyone's not going to be able to get up. So if you're a Wilder and you decide to continue boxing, one of the things you have to do is you have to show everyone that, hey, this blueprint ain't going to work for you. And you do that by working. You do that by figuring out a strategy to combat that. And we'll see what happens. But I do think a lot of people who were, somewhat intimidated or looking to avoid Wilder or felt like, look, I'll get to Wilder when I get to him, are more encouraged to fight him based on what they saw. And, Eddie Hearn throwing out Chisora can be a good or a bad thing. I know Eddie, in the interview, he's talking about he doesn't know if Wilder would come to the UK. And in my mind, I'm like, dude, you can't think Chisora's A side. Like if Wilder wanted to fight him in the States, you're gonna say no to that. So he has to fight Chisora in the UK. He got to go to the UK and fight Chisora in the UK. My thing about that is that probably wouldn't be such a bad thing for Wilder either, especially if he's really considering fighting Anthony Joshua, to go to the UK and spark out their beloved Derek Chisora would set it up nicely for a fight with Anthony Joshua. But, I don't necessarily know. Derek Chisora, I feel like him and Wilder are on different planes to me. And what I mean by that is Derek Chisora has been knocked sparked out by Dillian White. He's been in a number of wars. He's been hurt several times, even in fights where he didn't necessarily go down. Like at one point, I thought Usyk might stop him. I think it was like the 8th round. He didn't get stopped by Joseph Parker, but he got dropped several times, numerous times. I think he's always lost his big fights. He's always lost the big fights. And I think that's the difference. And, if you're saying Chisora, Luis Ortiz, that's more even to me. When you say Wilder, I just feel like Wilder's going to get him on the chin at some point and it's going to be over. And I will say this. Talking about getting past 4 rounds with Wilder, I don't necessarily know where that logic is coming from. He knocked Luis Ortiz out in the 7th round in their rematch. In the first fight, he did it in like the 10th or 11th round. He dropped Tyson Fury in the 12th round of their fight. So I haven't seen anything that indicates to me that after 4, he's not dangerous. In fact, the evidence to me would show that Wilder is one fighter who's dangerous the entire fight. So I still don't know where that's coming from. But hey, if they want to make that fight, I'm down to watch it.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.